Chapter 1: The Tape That Shouldn't Exist. The package arrived without a return address. Isaac Morvan stared at it for a long time before opening it, a small cardboard box, salt-stained as if it had crossed an ocean rather than a city. Inside lay a single object wrapped in brown paper. A cassette tape. Written across its label in faded ink was a date he recognized instantly. The night his sister disappeared. Isaac slid the tape into an old player he kept for evidence review. The reels turned with a soft mechanical whir, and static filled the room. Then a sound cut through it. A foghorn. Low. Distant. Mournful. Isaac's jaw tightened. The lighthouse associated with that foghorn had been inactive for over a decade, officially sealed after multiple unexplained deaths. Yet beneath the sound of waves and wind, he heard something else. Breathing. And faintly, beneath it all, his sister's voice. "Isaac, don't come back." The tape clicked to a stop. He booked a ticket to the coast before sunrise. Chapter 2: A Town That Holds Its Breath. The coastal town hadn't changed. Fog rolled in thick sheets from the sea, swallowing buildings whole. Docks creaked with no boats tied to them. Windows faced inward, shutters closed tight as if the town itself were trying not to see something. Isaac asked about the lighthouse. Conversations ended immediately. Shopkeepers turned away. Bartenders went silent. An old fisherman crossed himself and whispered, "After dark, it listens." That night, Isaac played the cassette again. The foghorn still sounded, but now there were whispers layered beneath it. Coordinates. Spoken softly, urgently. He rewound the tape. The whispers changed. New voices. Different tones. All afraid. The tape wasn't recording the past. It was updating. Outside his motel window, the foghorn cried out for the first time in years. Chapter 3: Names in Salt and Stone. The lighthouse loomed like a bone rising from the cliffs. Isaac forced the rusted door open and stepped inside. The air was damp, heavy with rot and sea salt. The spiral staircase vanished upward into shadow. He turned his flashlight on the walls. Names. Hundreds of them. Carved deep into stone. Scratched with desperation. Overlapping, repeated, frantic. And among them, again and again, was his sister's name. Isa. Isabel. Isa. The fog pressed inward through the cracks, thickening until shapes moved within it. Figures emerged, translucent, looping the same moments endlessly. A man stumbling on wet steps. A woman screaming as waves swallowed her. A child calling for help that never came. They didn't see Isaac. They were trapped in memory. The tape began playing on its own. His sister's voice was clearer now. "You hear it too," she whispered. "The lighthouse doesn't guide ships. It keeps us." Chapter 4: The Threshold. Isaac broke into the town archives before dawn. Buried records told the truth the locals wouldn't speak aloud. Every disappearance coincided with storms. Every storm coincided with the lighthouse activating itself. The lighthouse was not a beacon. It was a threshold. A place where the lost gathered, where souls caught between sea and land were held in check. And when the fog grew too thick, when too many lingered, it demanded balance. A keeper. That night the storm came. Wind screamed. Waves battered the cliffs. The foghorn wailed endlessly as if something massive were moving beneath the sea. Isaac climbed the lighthouse stairs as spirits followed behind him, their footsteps echoing in unison. At the top, the lantern room glowed with unnatural light. And his sister stood waiting. Chapter 5: The Choice. She looked just as she had the day she vanished. "You shouldn't have come," she said softly. Isaac stepped forward, hands shaking. "I'm getting you out." She shook her head. "There is no out." The fog surged up the staircase, figures clawing their way higher. The lighthouse shuddered as if alive. "It needs someone," she said. "Someone to stay. Someone to hold the door closed." Isaac understood then. Why the tape had found him. Why the voices knew his name. Why the foghorn had waited. His sister touched his cheek. You were always stronger than me. The spirits reached the doorway. Isaac stepped into the light. The foghorn sounded one final time, deep and satisfied. Chapter 6: The New Keeper. Morning broke clear and calm. The lighthouse stood fully operational, its beams sweeping the sea as it once had long ago. The fog receded. Boats returned to the docks. Shops opened. The town breathed again. Isaac Morven was never seen leaving the lighthouse. On the lantern room wall, a new word appeared beneath the names. Keeper. That night, far out at sea, sailors heard the foghorn sound faintly. And woven into its call was a familiar voice. Low. Steady. Watching. Epilogue: The tape continues. The cassette was found months later on an empty shore. When played, it no longer held whispers or screams. Only the sound of waves. And a calm voice warning softly. Turn back. The light is not for you.